Good morning. This is Pastor Ernie Lewis from the Blue Point Church with your thoughts for Wednesday. This week we're considering the Bible passages that deal with God's people who have cried out to Him for whatever reason. Today we're looking at 1 Kings chapter 19 and verse 14, where Elijah cries this terrible cry of woe. He said, I have been jealous for the Lord God of hosts, because the children of Israel have forsaken thy covenant. They have thrown down thine altars. They have slain your prophets with the sword. And I, even I only am left, and they seek my life to take it away. It sounds like a doomsday cry, doesn't it? The world is falling in, and we will not be able to survive the crash of its blow. It is true that Elijah has been faithful to God. He has been faithful to pray for Israel. He has been a faithful messenger, especially when he spoke to the wicked Ahab, who had taken control and was destroying Israel. But now Elijah was having this little pity party. Look at me. I'm the only one left. This nation has forsaken your covenant. They've thrown down your altars, which means they're not worshiping God anymore. And they have slain all the prophets with the sword. All except me. I'm the only one that is still alive, that is still preaching the gospel, that is still telling others about God. The leadership of Israel, it seems like, had turned to worshiping Baal. They had left God out of everything, and they had effectively turned the people away from obeying God, along with Ahab and his leadership. And when our government turns from its moral anchors that it once knew in the beginnings, then it allows evil forces in, even sometimes satanic practices like the aborting of babies from their mother's womb and taking their life. We may feel the same woe as me like Elijah does in this passage here. But Elijah's ultimate cry is about his own future, to tell you the truth. What's going to happen in this godless land to me? I'm the only one left, he says, who follows the Lord. And after all, they seek to take my life too. Well, when Elijah says this, the Lord answers him in verse 18 by saying, I have reserved 7,000 people in Israel, all those whose knees have not bowed to Baal, and every mouth that has not kissed him. Wow. What the Lord is telling Elijah is, you're not alone, all right? There are still a lot of people that still trust in me. Don't feel like the Lone Ranger. As a matter of fact, forget that picture now. Realize I'm still on your side if you're still on my side. If you're following the Lord today, He is still going to be faithful, and He is still going to be there for you. You are not alone in this world, standing for the Lord. As a matter of fact, we often see the future as a frightful prospect. We see evil all around us, and sometimes we feel like crying out, woe is me, God, I'm the only one left. And God says, you know what? I'm still working here. I am still on the throne. We need to pray this week that God would still work in and through us, that He might be successful in the world that we live in today, in the nation that we live in. And then we need to entrust all of that to Him. Trust our future to Him, knowing God is still on the throne. He's still at work. We're not alone, but we have Him to lean on.